In the world of 3D, when you want to create any object, you need edge loops. And in today's video, the tool Loop Cut will help you achieve that. Hey YouTube, it's Saurabh. Welcome back to my video. So what does the Loop Cut tool do? A loop cut adds an edge loop which runs all around your object following your topology. Let's see it in practical. So when you select an object, go to Tab, which goes into Edit View, hit 2 on the numpad, select your edge, hit Ctrl R, and you can see that when you bring your mouse close to that edge, you will add an edge loop. That is what it does. So Ctrl R is the shortcut key for loop tool, and when you bring your mouse to any edge, you can see that it clearly cuts that edge, or it's going to cut that edge exactly in half. And this, when confirmed, you can see that runs all around your object, considering your topology is clean. Now, some of you might ask, what do you mean by topology is clean? Here, let me give you an example. If I hit Ctrl R, add a loop, just for now, select this edge here and hit delete, and then I'm going to dissolve edge, right? In my previous videos for Blender tutorials, like for the beginners, if you have seen that video, you guys know that this face is called an n-gon. We just created an n-gon. So quickly going through that, a face with more than 4 edges is called an n-gon, right? So over here, you can see this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And because this face is an n-gon, if you try to add a loop cut here, this is what I mean by how your loop cut will not go all around your object if your topology is not clean. So if you see, I try to add a loop cut here, you don't get it on the top because it's an n-gon. If I try to add it on the top, it literally does not allow me because Blender cannot understand where the loop needs to go. So following correct topology is a necessity. Now, for example, if this was your model, how do we fix this? Well, it's pretty simple. If we go to vertex mode here, select this and press the key J, J will join those two vertices. Now you see that this loop cut is complete, right? Your topology is clean. Now, if you press Shift R and try to add a loop, check this out. It goes anywhere you want, however you want it. And there you go. That's clean topology. And your edge loop works now. Now, let's talk about the shortcut. Ctrl R goes into loop cut mode where you can apply the loop, correct? If you hit left click, it confirms it, but it confirms only step 1 of the loop. Now, you can literally drag your mouse to fine tune where this edge is actually going to go. So middle is default, but then if I don't want it on middle, I can go somewhere here and then left click again. And now this is the full confirmation of your loop cut. Now, let's see how to add multiple edge loops evenly. So Ctrl R to go into loop cut mode. Once you see your helper, which shows you exactly where your loop cut is going to go, mouse wheel up and down, and you can add multiple loops. This is pretty cool. So for example, if I just do 3 here, and without doing anything, left click again, there you go, that's confirmed. So I did not move it at all, and it's evenly spaced, and now it divides it into 4 edges right over here, if that's what you need. Now I'll show you the importance of an edge loop actually modeling, right? Here you can see the reference and any reference you want. So you see how the outer shape actually is completely different. Everything can be achieved by very simple edge loops. Now for this example, let's go into edit mode, right? Ctrl R, and you can see that there is the loop which we want. And right now we need this to be 2 over here. And I'm going to right click to center it automatically. And there you go, that's confirmed, right? So once this is done, I'm looking at this portion over here, guys. So you can see that this loop cut makes that face. So I'm going to select this face, press G and X to move it on the X, and then push this in. Do you notice how simply just by adding one loop, we got the base? At least, the blocking, that's how you 3D model, right? You make block models, and this already you can see that we are creating the shape. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. And this corners over here, this and this, is usually done by a bevel, right? So you can check my bevel tutorial for that. And now we'll just select this edge and this edge. Bring this back, Control B, and then bring that bevel just like that. And there you go. 2 steps. Just 2 steps, and I already blocked out the top portion. It's as simple as that. You don't need to overcomplicate it. Now, people will ask that, hey, isn't this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and n-gon? Yes, it is. You're right. You have to fix this topology if you want to keep it clean, right? So what you do is you select this vertex and this vertex here, press J to join that, select this and this, press J to join that, and now your model is clean. Now, using loop cuts is very important when you try to bevel your objects as well. Loop cuts will decide the constraint or give it a clamp of how much you can actually bevel, which makes your objects look really sharp. Now, let's see the use case scenario. So you select this cube. I'm going to go to add modifier. If I add modifier, search for a subdivision surface and add it, there you go. That's a subdivision modifier added to a cube, right? It literally instantly turns it into a sphere. Now, I'm going to add in more resolution. So I'm going to add 4 and 4. You see the subdivision, how it affects the model, correct? Now, let's add edge loops to give it supporting geometry and see how this affects. I'm going to remove the modifier first, go to edit mode, press Ctrl R, and you can see that I'm adding the edge loops. Now that these 2 edge loops are added, I'm going to scale them on the X and move them apart. And I'm going to support my outer edges. I hope you guys are understanding this. So Ctrl R, select this, give it 2. Oh, my bad. So Ctrl R, while it's in display mode, scroll wheel to add 2. Now that these 2 are here, press scale and then Y. And because you're scaling, it pushes those 2 edges apart from each other. And there you go. That's perfect. Ctrl R. I'm going to do it over here as well. Scale on the Z. And there you go. Right? Now, I hope you guys understood. I added support edge loops to my overall cube. Right? Now that we did that, and we just did it by using the loop cut, if I click on this cube and now search for subdivision modifier, check that out. Now your cube does not look like a whole sphere, right? Because those support edge loops keeps the integrity of that geometry. Now if I change this to 4, look how beautiful your cube looks, right? So this is one of the most important things you can use your loop cuts. If you want to smooth and display your models, it will keep it clean. So let's recap what we learned today. On the left side, you see it's a geometry with clean topology. Clean topology is needed so that your loop cuts flow beautifully. You see how you can add a loop cut everywhere on this surface because topology is beautiful. But check this out. You can't add it here, literally. You can add a vertex, one edge, and you see how broken this is. This is models with n-gons. If your loop cut is not running all around your model and creating a perfect ring, you might have an n-gon somewhere. So fix that first and then this should work. And a pro tip, before you add any geometry or a manual edge, just think, can a loop cut actually do the whole thing I want in just one go? If yes, then use it. There is always a con to, a feature. And the biggest con of loop tools is because it runs around your whole model, you will create unnecessary faces and geometry in places you don't want to show as well. In game design and game art industry, you have to reduce the poly count so that you get more optimization, right? And loop cuts will add a lot of geometry. So when you add a loop cut, make sure you go back and clean the mesh and remove the edges which are actually not needed while maintaining your topology. If you have any questions, comment down below. I am active. I'm a small YouTube creator. I read all your comments and yeah, I will answer to you. With that, thank you for watching. Sarva Vijeta signing out.